Good morning, beautiful people. It's wonderful to see you today. Let me know who's watching and let me know what's what's happening in your life. So today I want to also say, besides good morning, make sure you join me at 1 o'clock on all-creatures.org's YouTube channel because I'm going to be speaking with Forrest Tierce. Make sure I say that Tierce is the way to pronounce his last name. And he's so wonderful, very enlightened. And we're going to be talking about Buddhism and about spirituality. So I'm very excited that he's going to be my guest again at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on all-creatures.org's channel today. So let me know if you're going to join us. Invite your friends, get your questions ready, and join me and Forrest. So today, I would like to also just have a moment of your time to think about. Oftentimes, we get trapped in a thought that is very well. It can be very debilitating. We can say, "Why is this happening to me?" Right? Why are these bad things happening to me? What have I done to deserve this? Why can't this be happening to someone else? Maybe we don't think that, but it's like, I don't deserve this. But then if we're conscious, who would deserve bad things? I mean, I guess we could say this person deserves it, but I choose not to do that. I choose not to say anyone deserves this or that. I choose to really live with compassion because I'm not perfect and I have done things that are not the best choices. And so I like to have compassion for others, and I hope that they have compassion for me as well. So why is this happening to me? We can make an internal shift and say, what are the lessons here that I am learning, and how am I growing to handle this situation, right? Let's say there's a illness in the family. Now, acknowledging that this illness is very hard. It's very hard for me to see my family member hurting, and it's not an easy process. But how can I handle this process? How can I respond to this process without reacting in a way that's going to hinder peace? How can I take the time I need to ground myself to be able to respond to this illness in the family, and to support myself and to support my family members? So, and how can I grow in this process, right? Because there are going to be challenging times. So I know the Dalai Lama, I have a book of his, it's in the other room, and he talks about that, about happiness. I think that's the title of the book, Happiness. So when we accept that life is going to be filled with bumps and bad times, and it's not always going to be beautiful in that, in a superficial sense, I suppose, or in the typical sense, beautiful, then we can be happier because we know that this is part of life. And we're not saying, why is this happening to me? But we would say, okay, this is our journey of life. How do we handle it with grace? And how can we learn from this? How can we support ourselves to grow? Now, a lot of times we might not see the lesson right in the moment. Sometimes we're just so filled with emotion, it's hard to think straight, we're overwhelmed, and that's okay. That's part of the human experience. So the lesson might come later. And so that's very important, to allow the growing process to be on its own path, right? We don't have to know all the answers. We don't have to force anything. I need to know right now why this is happening. But no, just allowing and breathing and feeling. Just allowing the quiet, sitting in the quiet to explore the discoveries of life. Quiet is beautiful. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and I hope I see you at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on all-creatures.org, the live stream. I'm their live stream host, and it's what an honor that is. And I will be talking to Forrest Tierce. Thanks for letting me have to think about that for a minute because I want to make sure I pronounce his name right. Like I said before, he's very just a beautiful heart, vibrant energy, and we're going to be talking about spirituality and Buddhism. So I hope you join us. Let me know if you're watching and if you're joining me. Come with your questions and comments, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Love y'all. And if you want to reach out to me if you're struggling, please do. Mariquita Solis Coaching at gmail.com. And let's find your light. Sometimes our light it's there, but we lose sight of it. All right. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Bye.